To begin, we practiced using Adobe Illustrator by getting an online generated template for a cube from MakerCase.com. This allowed us to become comfortable with the interface of Illustrator and to understand how the laser cutter functioned. Our first project was to create a cardboard box from a laser cutter. We used a website to create a diagram of the box, which used finger joints, and then sent it off to the laser cutter. Our first cut worked well, and we managed to assemble a 3D cube using the pieces we cut and some tape. As part of our main project, we also made two different phone stands using inspiration from commercial designs, one from acrylic and one from wood. Our first stand was made from an acrylic. This design was made to be folded twice, once in the middle and once at the very bottom, in order to have a place to place the phone. To prototype, we cut the pattern out of cardboard first, then bent it by cutting one layer of the cardboard and bending it to create the phone stand.
To finish the acrylic stand, we use a laser cutter to cut out the pattern of the phone stand. We then use an acrylic bender to heat up the acrylic and bend it into the stand shape. Our final stand is 3 components, and it's pretty good holding up a phone. For our second stand, we used wood and a combination of living hinges and a finger joint. The wooden stand had 3 distinct parts. The living hinge in the middle was designed after some research and looking at similar hinges. We learned that the wider the piece, the fewer the number of sections that needed to be cut from the hinge. We also used a finger joint to make the stand on the bottom, as that worked well for us in the first cardboard box design. And we also used 2 slits in the middle of the stand along with 2 smaller wooden planks to keep the finger hinge bent. We cut out the shape of the stand using a laser cutter and made a few adjustments to the number of cuts in the living hinge to increase flexibility after an initial attempt broke apart at the hinge. We also sanded down the wooden planks as they were a bit too thick to fit into the wooden slots. Our final stand holds the phone pretty well, but we didn't account for the angle of the cut, which made the wooden stand a little less effective than desired. Ultimately, living hinges are likely not the best joint to use, as living hinges produce flexible, rounded joints as opposed to rigid, sturdy finger joints, which are more applicable to this design.
Overall, the acrylic phone stand was the better one, and it was also the most similar to the plastic phone stands that most commercial stands are modeled as. This has been Laser Cutting and Acrylic Bending with Achute and Vincent.